and welcome back to TTYL. You are watching a bit of a talky chit chat episode today.
We're going to be talking all about YouTube and how to start, why you should or should not start, how to deal with certain things that come from being on YouTube. And we're really just gonna wing it.
The number one question that I get asked when it comes to YouTube is, how did you get into that? Like, what made you want to do it?
Why did you start?
For me, I just wanted to. I just wanted to, and I did it, and it was a very impulsive thing. But YouTube was a different beast back then. Like, when I started making videos, things were quite different. YouTube, in particular, the comments and the way that people speak about each other on YouTube, it was different back then.
It's a lot different.
You have to take that into account now. So I think people see YouTube today and they're like, oh gosh, like how did you have the confidence to do that? And honestly, YouTube was a smaller platform then. It was way more community focused. People were...
When did you start? About 5 years ago?
I uploaded my first YouTube video in like 2005, 2006. But they weren't videos like this. You know, they were just, I'd play around. I loved editing clips to music. I wasn't afraid of like, oh, what will people think? Because nobody said anything really mean and the audience was smaller.
Nobody was really mean. I remember even when I started, about 3 years ago almost now, ish.
Has it not been longer than that?
It seems longer. I don't really know. I don't keep track of these things.
Like,
but
watching your
the meanest comment maybe I would get was like, I didn't like that video or something like that. You know?
So tame now. I think people are a lot more critical now, but I do also think that it's also because the audience has just grown, and if you have more people, then you're going to have a higher percentage of people who maybe have something to say that you don't like. But the only reason I want to mention this, really, two reasons in this video, is how to deal with it, and the other thing, that the only reason that I want to mention it now is that people now see it as something that is maybe putting them off making videos, and that makes me sad.
Don't let that hold you back.
No, don't. If people have genuine criticisms and genuine feedback, take it on board, but remember that you can't please everybody, and it's impossible. So you'll drive yourself crazy, like you will go crazy. Some people like long, some people like short videos. I like to do a mix. I love watching long videos.
I love long videos.
I have a feeling this will be a long one.
But if a video is like 22 minutes, that does not put me off.
Oh no, I love it.
There's lots of people who are like, if a video is over 5 minutes, they won't watch it. So you just, you know, people are gonna start to like you for you, and you know,
can't win them all. So just please yourself, be proud of the content that you're putting out. I think that's the main message that I get across. If you are happy with what you're doing and you're enjoying it and you're proud of it and it's the best quality that you can put out, then that's all I have to say about that.
YouTube is a process. It's a creative thing. It's something that you're thinking of and putting out there. So you're obviously going to get better. I mean, I'm sure your first videos, and certainly my first ones, I can't even watch them. They make me cringe. And even some of my more recent ones, I just think like, oh, like, why did I put that up? You know? You just get better. So if, you know, you're not happy with the first few, it's something you just have to keep at it, you know?
I think now that YouTube has reached this really high quality, people see that as the benchmark.
Seriously, and like, people are making like proper like movies on YouTube, you know? I don't know, I didn't take any filming classes or anything.
It's okay to start with your, this is one thing that I get asked a lot, is what do you start with? What camera do I need to get?
What lights?
Honestly, I used the eyesight in my MacBook. I'm not saying that I recommend that now, but for me, what I would recommend to anyone, use an iPhone. Most people have a smartphone, or specifically an iPhone I would recommend, because the camera quality is really good, and it's good enough for YouTube.
Just to see if you like it, if you're getting good feedback, if it's something you want to continue before you spend all this money on expensive cameras, you know.
No, that's not what YouTube's about. And I think YouTube, like all the great things that I love doing on YouTube.
Community, I think,
fun, being creative, and you don't need a lot of equipment to be creative. Some amazing movies are shot on iPhones, like it's crazy.
You need this stuff up here.
You do, and I think you can work with what you've got. And I would say the number one thing, I don't know about you, but I would definitely think lighting is more important than your camera.
Yeah, which is something I struggle with on the daily, especially with the weather here. It's really hard to get natural light, so you have to rely, like we have a light here, and here.
And here.
So I don't know about lighting. You know a little bit because you've researched it, you know, but you just work at it and you're always trying new things.
And I think, you know, you don't take things so seriously, you know, just if you want to do something, don't overthink it. Like, I didn't, I mean, you do need to think sometimes, like I didn't even think about starting YouTube. I didn't think, what if this, what if that? And you do need to think about some things like your safety, who you're interacting with, what you're showing in your videos, you know, especially if you're younger, because that, you know, the internet, you leave a digital footprint, and if there's anything that you wouldn't want to share with other people, you wouldn't want to tell your parents, don't put it on the internet.
And you'd be surprised who watches your videos.
Oh, yes. And I think if you wouldn't be comfortable with people seeing this part of your life or what you've got to say in your videos, you know, but don't overthink it. Don't think like, oh, what happens if people don't like me? What happens if this? Just go for it.
You have to own it as well and just be like, yeah, I do YouTube, and see it as a cool thing. Like, I used to be embarrassed about it. I used to be like, I make YouTube videos. Like, I didn't want anyone to know, but it's so cool.
I hate now that
I hate it.
Self-conscious about it.
I really regret that, because
I think I just didn't want to get into it with people. The conversation.
But now it's like, it's a lot different now.
Another thing that people always ask is, how do you get so many subscribers?
For instance,
it's not about that.
When you made videos, did you think, I will not rest until I get 1 million views?
No. You can get caught up in the numbers, and you can get caught up in the views and things like that, and who unsubscribes. Like, YouTube has so many analytics which are really useful, but I try not to look at that too much.
Did you keep YouTube a secret from your friends and family?
Yes.
For how long? And then how did you break the news?
Not from everybody.
Okay.
I told my mum, I think.
Right, even before you made a video?
No.
Yeah.
Because I did it. I just did it on a whim. Yeah. No one was in the house. I was just like,
might as well film.
Yeah. Okay, this is the thing. It's an awkward thing to say to someone.
Because how do you bring it up?
How do you bring it up? Yeah, if someone, for example, heard me talk about something, or if it ever came up in conversation, if they ever said, oh, have you seen that YouTube video? I'd be like, oh, I made a YouTube video. Like, I would say, it wasn't a secret. I wasn't afraid of telling people, but you don't just want to be like, so I made a YouTube video today. Do you know what I mean? It's awkward.
I had a blog, and I was a blogger first, and I think I blogged for about 3 months, almost every day, I think, this is from memory, before I made a YouTube video. Yeah. And I didn't tell anyone about my blog, and then eventually I made a few videos, and I told my mom, and I sent her a text, and then I told her, and she was like, okay. What would you say is the best thing that's happened to you because of YouTube?
There are so many people that I've met that I would never, ever have come across if I hadn't made videos.
From all different parts of the world as well.
And I've had some perks from doing YouTube and some amazing things that I've got to do. And I'm really grateful for those. I'm really, really grateful. But the people are what make it for me. Yeah. I got really emotional and I think I'm going to cry. Seriously, I was like, the people. But I think the people that you meet and the interactions that you have, and just connecting with people, being able to film something, like knowing that we're sitting here and thousands of people are going to see this, getting the message across, whatever message it is, whether you're just telling them about a lipstick or...
Yeah, I think the best thing for me about YouTube, besides meeting people, besides, you know, interacting with all of you guys who watch our videos, because it's amazing, but it has been my confidence boost. Because when I first started YouTube, and you can go back in time on my beauty channel, I was very, you could just tell I didn't feel comfortable in my own skin. I was very nervous at the time because I just moved to England, and I was just...
Had a lot going on.
I had a lot going on, yeah. And to sit in front of a camera, oh my god, it took me hours to film a video because I was so nervous and I couldn't speak, you know?
Really? Yeah. I can't imagine you being like that.
Yeah, but since doing this, I know I'm just talking to a camera, but even in everyday life, when I'm trying to communicate something to someone, I'm better at it, I'm more confident in myself, I can speak with
clarity.
Yes. Yeah. Except now I couldn't think of the word. I can really be myself, you know? Yeah. Because I think as well, when you first start YouTube, you kind of try to be like someone else. Like you see, oh, they've been really successful. What are they doing? And I'm going to do that too. But that ain't the way to go.
Yeah. Or you try and become an idealized, but I don't think I ever tried to be like someone else, but I tried to be the version of me that I wanted to be. Yeah. And now that I've got a bit older and I don't know, I kind of realize actually I like who I am, and I don't want to sugarcoat anything, I don't want to whitewash anything, and I don't want to edit out some of the things that are my personality traits. I don't want to, you know, try and hide perhaps not negative sides to me, but things that I'm not so good at, because projecting that kind of image is not good either, because people watch it and then they feel bad about themselves and their lives because they're like, oh well, she doesn't seem to have any worries.
She's got no problems.
There's a great video actually by a YouTuber called That Zach, which I'll link it below.
I've seen that video.
And it's about like, why don't you make YouTube videos? Yeah. And it's everything that I've wanted to say. Like his videos are always like really short and to the point, and I can never be that rambly. Like I talk too much, so I can't do it, but when I like want to, that's the video that I would say to people anyway, like watch this video, like it's kind of like a challenge. It's like, well, why wouldn't you make YouTube videos? And if you don't watch that video and want to make videos, then
you're doing a disservice to yourself.
Yeah, and the YouTube community at large.
What are your top 3 most crucial, important tips for starting YouTube?
Use the best equipment that you can. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to invest right away.
Yeah.
And the best lighting that you can, and work with the best of your capabilities.
But just work with what you've got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second tip, be proud of the content that you're putting out. Be confident. Enjoy it because it's meant to be fun. And the third one is not to worry too much. Take the criticism on board, but the internet is the internet and it's always going to be that way, and focus on what you're doing and not what everybody else is doing.
Don't look at what everyone else is doing. Do your thing.
Yeah, and be proud, enjoy it. What about you? Is there anything else you
Okay, oh, this is really hard on the spot.
Go.
Number 1, be yourself. Be yourself, be yourself, be yourself. How many times can I say that? I think that's the best.
You said it 3 times.
That's like a million times, yeah. My second one is, I think Jem already said it, be proud. Just own it. Just be so damn proud of what you're doing because it is cool. When people say, what do you do in your spare time or whatever it is, just be like, yeah, I make YouTube videos and it's freaking awesome and I love it. Yeah, I think that's good. And my last and final tip is take as many opportunities from YouTube as you can. If you see like a couple of your YouTube friends are meeting up, just go along, even though you might get nervous to meet people from the internet, you know, as long as it's a safe surrounding. I mean, you know, it's not gotta do that, but you know, if it's like a couple of your friends, just be like, yeah, I'd love to come along. Meet people with like interests, which I think really help because you can kind of talk to people about different issues that you're having or different fun things that might be coming up. I think that's really good to try to mingle with the YouTube community.
Definitely, and I think this channel is proof of that because I love doing things on my own. I love like working alone and I love making videos and I like doing that, but at the same time it's nice to do it with other people. It's nice to meet people who have similar interests and it's nice to kind of bounce off each other. Like
mind boy.
Yeah, it's good, it's fun, and you know, it's okay interacting with people behind a computer screen, but sometimes it's good
you need it in the flesh.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a place where there are all types of people.
Yeah.
All types of...
There's room for everybody on YouTube.
Yeah, there's room for everyone and there's a lot of positives that come from it. So
go
for it.
One thing I wanted to say is, okay, we make beauty videos.
Yeah.
Mostly, right? Okay, beauty's not your thing. There are so many other worlds of YouTube, you know.
Oh my god, there
book
are people
YouTubers.
That,
I love watching book YouTubers, booktubers, vloggers.
Yeah, and I think people sometimes like think that certain YouTubers are proper YouTubers and other ones are not, and I love watching all kinds of videos. Like
maybe we should do a video of some of our favorite YouTubers. That could be fun.
Yeah, that would be great.
Because it's always good to spread the word. You know?
Definitely, because there might be some hidden gems in there. Thanks
to everyone for leaving amazing comments and feedback in our TTYL videos. You can also tweet us at Team TTYL.
Yeah, if you've got any more questions about YouTube specifically or anything else that you'd like us to talk about in one of these videos as well, let us know because we have a few ideas, but we want to make content that you guys want as well.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching and we'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.